Welcome back. Merry after Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's get going here. And Hype Dorks, thank you for tuning back in. Good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the show in the morning time slot. So welcome in. I hope you all had a good Christmas and Kwanzaa yesterday, whatever it is that you celebrate out there. But let's get to some stuff today. So guys, this is going to be the week of the quote unquote Santa Claus rally. So let me explain this to you. Volume is going to be very short this week. That's just, you know, the people that run Wall Street, I call them the fat cats, they're gone. They went on vacation. They're gone for the rest of the year. They went to their beautiful homes in Monaco and wherever else the hell that you could take a private jet to. That's where they went. So market trading is going to be very light this week. That's why you get this Santa Claus rally, because you have a lot of retail investors in there and quant funds that are buying, and it sends markets for rallies. And on average, I think we've seen average rallies of 1.3% over the past 50 years, something like that. But it really take advantage of it. Go and make a lot of swing trades this week, and you will do very well. So we're going to try to catch some of those in the Bid and Ask Nation. We'll try to do some day trading this week. The market is open every single day this week. Bond market closes at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, which I make the argument I never understand. Bonds and stocks work together. I don't understand why the bond market is open or closed when the stock market is not, and vice versa. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's the way they drew it up, so that's the way we're going to roll with it. So let's see, where should we start? The Santa Claus rally. Given relatively light economic data this week, calendar and earnings calendar, there's like one company that reports this week, and it's Housel. So that's great. The Santa Claus rally is going to happen. The rally has produced a positive return for the S&P 500 of 79% of the time, with an average return of 1.33% of this week. This is the last week of the year, obviously. Why are these 7 days so strong? Let's see what this person says. Whether it's optimism over a coming new year, holiday spending, traders on vacation, that's the big one, traders on vacation, institutions squaring up their books, or the holiday spirit, the bottom line is that bulls tend to believe in Santa. It's volume. It comes down to volume. Going back to the mid 1990s, there have only been 6 times when Santa failed to show up in December and canceled Christmas. If the U.S. was not battling the Omicron variant, which we'll talk about in a few, U.S. would be dancing higher as Santa Claus rally would have kept climbing into uncharted territory, according to this Edward Moya from OANDA. I don't know what that is. It's too early to say for sure if we will get Santa Claus rally, but given all the short-term risks of Fed tightening, China weakness, fiscal support uncertainty, I don't think it's very uncertain. I think we've pretty much determined what we're going to get from the Fed as far as fiscal support and the government. COVID, Wall Street is not complaining. Okay, well, that's cool, but I don't know. Let's go to I don't want to talk about Nikola yet. I can't get into the disruptive brain yet. Let's go to travel stocks. So over the weekend, goodness gracious, how many flights were canceled? U.S. flight cancellations exceeded 2,800 over Christmas weekend. So I was set to fly to Mexico on the 18th, and I actually got a text message on the 17th that said, "Your flight's canceled. We don't have a crew for you." Okay, sounds good. Then it started to just build and build and build, and now all of these, there's not enough staff because of this Omicron virus that's happening. And now the FAA is going in and saying they're saying to the CDC, we need to cut the quarantine time in half so we can get people back to work, etc. So let me know if you were affected by this. I'm actually going to Mexico on Saturday, so I'm interested to see if this is going to affect that. But we shall see. U.S. travel stocks have retreated in pre-market on Monday, led by United Airlines. Hundreds of flights were canceled due to the spike in COVID-19. Let's see, what else do we have? The market will likely allow the situation to see what happens for a few weeks to see how the infection rate drops as they have in South Africa. I haven't really dug into this Omicron virus stuff, but I have been hearing a lot less about. I know that it's evading antibodies, so Regeneron's out. The other thing is, everybody that I know everybody that has it, but nobody's really getting too sick from it, which is great. I haven't heard of any deaths in the United States directly from it, although I haven't looked very deeply, but so that's good. So that's the goal of a virus. Like I explained last week on the evening show, the goal of a virus, like the sole purpose of a virus, is to find a host and survive and not kill that host. So with coronavirus, it's just going to get less deadly and less. Right now, I had COVID. It was a cold. It was literally a head cold. And I think that's what it is for a lot of people. So that's a good thing. That's what the viruses do, and that's what we want to see. So Delta and United pulled back on at least 12% of their schedule. So we'll see what's going to happen. With this being said, somebody said they wanted to talk about cruise lines. Yeah, my deal's on CCL long term. So for those of you that don't know or didn't pay attention or don't care, I'd sold all of my CCL value position last week on Thursday because I don't see a path forward for them anymore anytime in the near term. And I think that they're going to be affected greatly over the next couple of weeks, years, months, whatever. I don't see it anymore. They've acquired they've diluted themselves a lot. I think they're going to start taking on a lot of debt. Everything's getting bad. And frankly, if we don't stop with this coronavirus quarantine and delay this and cancel this, I don't ever see a point when people can get back on cruise ships without chaos ensuing from a virus. So that's where I'm at with that. So that's that. It sounds like the flu. Weird. Weird. Despite supply chain issues and Omicron, holiday sales were up 8.5%. This is an interesting story. Holiday sales rose at the fastest pace in 17 years, even as shoppers grappled with higher prices, product shortages, COVID-19 in the weeks leading into the season. MasterCard Spending Pulse, so they track all spending, which includes cash and debit cards and obviously credit cards. Holiday sales have risen 8.5% from a year earlier. MasterCard Spending Plus had expected 7.4% increase, and these were from November 1st through the 24th, fueled by jewelry and clothing purchases. Holiday sales were up 10%, basically 11% from 2019. Clothing rose 47%. Jewelry rose 32. Basically everybody was dressing like a bum for the last year. I'm still dressed like a bum, but was dressing like a bum for the last year, sitting on their Zoom calls in their homes, and now they want to put on nice clothes and jewelry, so they go and do that. I was part of the electronics thing, I think. I still dress like a bum, but I want nice electronics. Overall, analysts, it's funny. Nicole, myself, and Paul and Lisa, we went to dinner last night, and we walk in. It was a pretty nice restaurant. And I walk in, and I was wearing my notorious Nike sweatpants that I always wear. But I put on a nicer Under Armour pullover, and a vest on top. And Nicole was like, "It's so funny that you tried to dress up your gym clothes daily outfit." I'm like, "Listen, I got to look nice when I go to a nice restaurant. So only the best Under Armour pullovers come out on those occasions." Overall, analysts had expected for a strong season fueled by early blah, 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 blah. I hate when they do this. Exclude automobile dealers, gasoline, restaurant. I hate when they exclude this stuff. Why are we excluding this stuff? Like in the inflation thing. Why are you excluding food and gas? What does that accomplish? I'm sure some statistician is going to come out and say, it does this. BS. Include it. It's inflation too. Don't try to, you're trying to pad your numbers. That's what you're trying to do. Okay, next. Bitcoin prediction. Bitcoin. So my number for Bitcoin, I don't know what the price is now, but I'm still holding out on it. $7 trillion per coin by the end of this year. Yep, that's a couple days away. So take it to the bank. Bitcoin adds more than 70% of value. This is such an adorable synopsis that they did. It outperforms numerous financial assets such as gold during periods of hardship. Okay. Tesla began accepting Bitcoin for like 4 seconds, and then they got rid of it. They forgot to put that part in the story. MicroStrategy started to accumulate more coins. The roaring economy and country of El Salvador made a bill preparing to make Bitcoin legal tender. China accounted for most of the slash on mining because they said that they're not going to accept it anymore. Companies like Alibaba and Bitmain stopped selling crypto hardware. But moving into 2022, this is what everybody wants to know. The most knowledgeable educators in the space are predicting 100,000 per coin in Q1 of 2022. Well, I'll tell you what. I think I am the most knowledgeable and educated in the space, and I say 14 trillion by the end of Q1. 7 trillion by the end of this quarter, 14 by the next quarter. So if you want to be a trillionaire by the end of this year, you only got like 4 days left, go buy a Bitcoin and you'll probably be there. Bitcoin is expected to reach 100,000 by the end of the first quarter. Cool. According to Wall Street Investors' 2022 forecast, Bitcoin could end up being 2,000. I can't even take this thing seriously anymore. I love when I start talking and making fun of Bitcoin. That's when the dislikes start to come in. But of course, you can't see those because that would hurt the creator's feelings. But we can't show dislikes anymore to the public because that would hurt everybody's feelings. But we can show likes, so smash a like button. Nikola shares surge 18% after the company delivers its first and only electric truck. Company shares have jumped 18% because oh my God, I don't even know. I'm just jumping up and down inside because Nikola delivered a truck. That's right, people. One truck. Let's see the Nikola tweet about the truck. Let's see if we can find it. There it is, guys. There it is. There's the guy who runs the company, maybe, with his first customer, and they delivered a truck. And I think they said that they're going to have maybe 2 trucks by the end of the year, maybe 25. I don't know, nor do I care because I'm joking about all of this. It is a joke. Food items are more costly in 2022, everything from coffee to mustard. Let's just start scrolling here. Food prices are estimated to rise 5% in the first half of 2022. Mondelez International said that they are going to increase prices by 6 to 7% starting in January. Some items as much as Grey Poupon mustard, 20%. So you might want to go find a different mustard if you can't mustard the price. Kraft Heinz increase of 5%. They are not going to pass on all of their cost increases to customers, so that's very nice of them. Oh, the Grey Poupon is 22%. Sheesh. Labor Department said that CPI rose 6.8%. fastest since 1982. Beer, wine, and liquor are going to get more expensive. RIP to those who do that. Staples such as mayonnaise, frozen foods that take more labor and more logistics and more actually foods that basically take you less time to prepare, but somebody else more time to prepare. Those are what you're going to be hit on. And what else do we have? That's it. Oh, here we go. This person, who said this? Mr. Crawford, Chief Merchandising Officer from Fresh Direct. Okay. He said he's hoping that it's transitory. So guys, the word transitory is back. It's just in a different space. Joshua, dislike for all the dad jokes. I love it. All right, guys, that's that. Let's see what futures are doing. 70. Okay, so market's up maybe 0.35%. What are the rates doing? They'd be going bonkers, right? Not really. 1.5%. Somebody asked me an interesting question. They said, by the end of 2022, do I think that the 10-year treasury will be over 2%, over or under 2%? I mean, factor in 3 rate hikes next year. I have to think it's going to be, I think it's going to be over. But when I say over, it could be like 2.01. Nothing really reports this week except for Fuel Cell on Wednesday. So get your oven mitts ready. If you want to join the software, come on over here, everythingmoney.com. All of our videos here, all of our news here. And this is being, Tim and I are working to change layouts. And I mean, this is incredible. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. If you want the software, you will get 8 pillars stock analysis, retirement calculator, stock analyzer tool, 8 pillars portfolio, which you could build your own ETF, exclusive daily content, which you get every single day from us on the Discord. And come over here, $30 a month gets you access to that. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, you get all of the software, of course, plus you get access to me, the Employed Trader series, Stock Trading 101 series, which is all the rules that you need to be successful. My exclusive Saturday seminars. I'm going to be doing one in January from Mexico. Discord community. I mean, it's awesome. This is actually sold out right now. So sorry. Paul Super Shorts is gone. Sold out. So $750 a month gets you a one-on-one trading session with me. I actually have one this week. And that's I like that we're doing it this week because we're going to get this person started off on the right foot going into 2022. And don't forget, we're going to be day trading with myself and Paul in the Bid and Ask Nation. So if you want to watch that live, jump in there. And if you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And that's that. So shoot me over some stocks. We'll start getting into them. And we'll go from there. The Micron virus. Listen, I think I heard a rumor. I can't say that I'm spreading the rumor. Remember when Micron went up 10% last week? I think I heard that it was because they developed Omicron and it spread so well that their stock price reflected that. So I cannot confirm nor deny if that's true, but sheesh. What else do we have here? You should do a New Year's sale. No. Alibaba. Why don't we start with Alibaba? Let's just start the show on a high note. So Alibaba is just consolidating right under all 4 major moving averages, especially the 25-day moving average. So you're not going to get anything in here until you get volume. Look at that. The past 2 weeks, you have not touched average volume one day. And actually, that's more than 2 weeks, I think. So the last two weeks of trading sessions. Bendy, reminder on beatdown hype stocks, Zoom, Roku. Okay, we'll flip through them. So this person asked me before the show, and thank you for the donation. Somebody said, what do I think about the beatdown stocks? Listen, I still think that a lot of these stocks, don't forget, they flew up based on COVID speculation. They didn't have a lot of revenue. They barely had any profit. Their usership soared due to lockdowns, et cetera, and people using it for that purposes. So I don't think that, I don't know if the fall is over. See, to me here, let's look at Zoom for example, or Roku for example. By the way, Roku is super disruptive. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before, especially you new people. So there's this really cool thing that you can do where you can plug this device that looks like a USB cord into your TV, and somehow, I think it's magic, like Harry Potter, it flies through the air from your phone and goes on the television, and it's called Roku. And I've never heard of any other kind of streaming service or any. I mean, it's disruptive. I'll tell you that much right now. So what they have done is they've gone from here to way up here to $500 a share, and now they've been more than cut in half. But with that being said, this COVID rally to me, I mean, I don't know. It's just not warranted in my opinion. There's a lot of these companies that did that. So what do I think is going to happen? I think you're going to come back to these COVID levels. These companies that soared the most during COVID are going to be the ones that are hit the most when we have a true market correction based on valuation. And that's what's going to happen. So this thing, I do not think the fall is over. Maybe in the near term it's over. So keep an eye on the chart. See if you can squeeze some gains and shorts out of it. But I don't know. All right. Do you guys ever consider live video trading for YouTube? Yep, Joshua. So starting in the new year, Paul and I are going to be jumping on YouTube private for the bid and ask only, and we'll do live day trading with everybody. So jump into the bid and ask nation if you want that. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with Micron. So Micron has just shot straight up, and I think they're going to come back down to this 90 area because they did kind of create a W here, or it's going to come back down to this 86 or 82. I don't know where the next support level is going to be, but it's not up here at 94. So take profits if you can. Take profits if you've done anything well up there. Just skip Zoom. Teams is the damn same. Teams is the same. Google Hangouts or whatever the hell they call it nowadays. They change their name every 2 seconds. That's the same. FaceTime is the same. I mean, FaceTime is already incorporating where you could share files and music and this and that. So the difference, Zoom is an app that you have to have. I still think that FaceTime Apple's gonna come out with some kind of thing that you could share a lot easier. And don't forget, I have 3 Apple products that I'm looking at right now. They have over 2 billion devices in people's hands. What do you think people are gonna be more likely to do? Use the app that's pre-built into your phone and has all of your ecosystem there? Or are they going to go download an app from the App Store and roll from there? Well, I don't think I have to answer that question for you. So, Nvidia. Consolidating, it shot straight up, and we said it was going to come back down to this consolidation area, and it absolutely has, and it's going to stay here for a while. The next place that it's going to likely go, if the volume keeps decelerating like this, is the 100 and 200-day moving average. So if Nvidia doesn't get volume going after all the hype about the metaverse, then I don't know what to tell you. It's just gonna crush your soul. ATVI, we haven't looked at that one in a while, but I actually like this thing. I'm starting to like this from a yeah, here we go. So I'm starting to like this from a value play. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Nice run through the sweet spot. This was all. Is Activision Blizzard? Yeah. So they fell down big time on sexual allegations from the CEO or something like that. I don't really know the total news story. I just know that they were beaten down because of news. So that I like that kind of stuff. I like when companies get beaten down because of news that really doesn't have to do with the fundamentals and financials of the company, because it doesn't change anything in the company. I mean, you might change leadership, of course. I think it was the CEO that did that. I have no idea. But this is the kind of stuff I like. When you get a fall from $78 to $56 and you say, oh, nothing changed fundamentally, maybe we could find an opportunity here. So for those of you that are watching this that are in the cancel culture, I did not just say that I like rape, for the record. I just said that I like when companies fall due to irrationality, whatever that may be. So go cancel yourself. I see the rules work, but I don't understand why. Lars, why don't you just jump into the Bid and Ask Nation? You've asked a couple of really great questions, and over the past couple of days, even in the nightly sessions, you should just jump into the Bid and Ask for 1 month and try it out, because you definitely have the wherewithal of thought to be a good trader. I think you should just take the plunge, because you actually do understand this pretty well from not understanding it very well, if you catch what I'm saying. So, Penn Gaming, starting to do a nice little trend on the long term, and you know what I'd rather do with Penn? I'd rather let this develop over here, see if you can get more volume to come into this thing, see if you can make a run to the 50-day moving average, see if you can make a run to the 100-day moving average, and then you will be in a great situation. So that is that. Seth canceled. Thank you, Badobij, or however you pronounce that name. How about Process? I don't remember the ticker symbol for that. Let's see if it comes up. Amsterdam market. Yep, this is it. Let's see if we can get a chart. So the issue with a lot of these foreign companies is these gaps that happen all over the place. I would doubt that these jumps that you see sporadically. So this is hard for me to do on a chart, and I'll tell you why. Let me pull up like a Nintendo. I don't remember the ticker symbol, but here we go. But you can see see how it just has those gaps all over the place? That's not because the company's volatile and it gaps everywhere. It's because the way that the foreign data is translated into the US data, then translated to the chart, where you get these discrepancies in price. So it's very difficult. If I pull up like a Adidas, something like that, it's going to do the same thing. So unfortunately, I'm not able to do that with confidence. So I don't want to give you any bad advice. Listen, I don't even do it myself. I just move on. So it sucks, but it is what it is. Peloton been getting beat down. So Peloton, I think they report February 9th. Let's move this thing. Okay, let's see. February 9th. So honestly, I think I'm just going to wait until February 9th and see what happens with Peloton, because what Peloton needs right now, they need good news. That's what they need to stop this bleeding process. They need to say, we've come out with these products, they are selling. We've come out with these products. They need to come out and say, Tread Plus is safe now. You can buy the Tread Plus again. I mean, it's not a good situation for them. They need the good narrative to come out to get this thing going in the right direction. What else do we have? Did you drink a frosty Budweiser? No. Cardinal Health. Good call, Cardinal Health. So Cardinal Health is another one that had been beat down pretty significantly in, what month was that? August. Yeah, it was the end of summer that happened. So let's get this thing. Ooh. I like that this thing closed over the 100-day moving average on Friday. So I don't know where it's going to open the morning. I'm not getting pre-market data on this right now, but actually, why don't we just check? So $50.16 is the 50.16 is the 100. Okay. 50. Okay, so 51.15. That's where we're starting. So this is great. I love that we started. We're going to open the day up here. Wonderful. Over the 100-day moving average. So pay attention to this one. If it opens today up here and pulls back down somewhere like this, take profits on it. Don't let that happen to you. But I am liking where I'm seeing it. This is great. Peloton needs a ton of help. Yes, they do. Do I think that all the FANG stocks are overpriced right now? Yes, I do. I do think that they're overpriced. I think some are less overpriced than others. For example, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, I think, is the least overpriced right now. But with that being said, the FANG stocks have been responsible for 45 to 50% of this rally in the past decade. If you take the FANG stocks, if you just eliminate those 5, 6, I'll throw Microsoft in there. If you take those out, you kind of have a flat S&P. I mean, with the exception of those. So those that have led the market are going to lead the market back down. Do not be fooled by that. What goes up must come down. Now, when they come down, they'll still be good companies. That doesn't change anything. The stock price falling maybe even in half, even in a third, doesn't mean that it's a bad company. It just means that it's getting to the level that it should be trading at, or be at more of an appropriate value. What else? What did I just type in here? Verizon. Verizon. The value play that I'm wildly confused about. So you're getting into a consolidation area and you're starting to roll over here. You're getting decelerating volume and you're rolling over here. You cannot break through the 100-day moving average, and you're not going to break through the 100-day moving average with this kind of decelerating volume. So I would take profits here. Actually, yeah, take profits here if you're in it. Let's see. Somebody just said Cardinal Health with an ugly face. Why don't we just go back and look? Ooh, very good, Rem. So we do have an ugly face pattern here. Here's your two eyes, and here's the mouth and the ugly face. Yeah, this is an ugly face pattern. So with that being said, very good. Where are we? 51, basically 51.50. I would heavily take profits going into 51.50, if not sometime today, even if it doesn't get there. So Rem, excellent job. Very good job. CEIN overvalued. I can't look at a value play right now for you. Has Google ever not been overpriced? No, Google was not. Google was at a pretty fair value right when the March 20th collapse happened with COVID. It was a pretty fair value. It was around $1,100 a share. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. Space. The company that literally went to the moon and then fell back down. Well, not the moon, but space. Close enough. Anyways, the trouble here, even if you try to swing this up and try to get through the 25-day moving average, look at the past. I mean, this is dating back to, what is this, November 10th. It has not been able to break through its 25-day moving average. So if you want to try to trade this and try to make $1 going into the 25, it's more likely they're not going to bounce down, especially with this light volume going into the end of the year. So you can try to do that, but from a long-term perspective, here's the issue. See, yes, I see what you're seeing. You're seeing that red lines in the sweet spot is starting to make a move, but look at the stochastic going back to August. It has not been able to break over 45% on its long-term stochastics, because every time it gets up there, it just keeps falling back down. This is a very weak stock right now. In my opinion, if you want to do something with it, go and day trade it, but don't do anything from a long-term perspective. Pfizer, what time is it? Okay, the market opens in 30 seconds. I'll do 2 more stocks, and then I'm going to bounce. Okay, so you're consolidating just a little bit right here. I'm sure this is going to go on news, guys. This has been, I kind of see a flagpole, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing a W formation. Yeah, so this is a flagpole. This is going to come back down. This is coming back down to this below 55 area, and that's exactly it. It's going to come right back down to its 25-day moving average right here. So this line I just drew is that. So it's going to come back down to its 25. Even if it does get a jump up here, it's going to come back down here. So take profits on Pfizer if you're in it. Actually, exit Pfizer if you're in it, because you are a downtrend right now on both charts. So exit Pfizer if you're in it, unless you want to day trade it. What else do we have? Walgreens is kind of boring. Bud. Somebody asked me about Bud. Okay, so this is what date was this? June. So you have a 50% stock here. So here's your high, here's your low, and here's your middle ground. Maybe here's your middle ground. So let me draw that again. Here's your middle ground. So if you want to, you have decelerating volume. I mean, this is tough. This is very tough. And this line that I drew, just about 68, it's probably the 200-day moving average. So if you want to try to make a swing trade and run it into the 200, go for it. I would not be trading it on this chart over here. I would be paying attention to it more over here. And but this is a tough one for me, guys. I like what I'm seeing, but I also don't, because look where this stochastic is right now. The only thing going for it is there's no resistance up here. There's nothing to play with. The only thing that you have to play with is what happened back in October when they jumped up and then came right back down. Flagpole pattern right there, guys. Up and come right back down. So we'll see what happens there. And that's it. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, 23 and a half hours. I will do Corsair. I will do IBM. I will do Bristol Myers, 3M. You guys send them over tomorrow morning, and I'll do them. Smash the like button on your way out. Love ya. Catch you on the flippity flop.
Thank you.